Insomniac Games has done it again. Another great game added to their catalog, 3 superhero games later, and they've almost mastered the formula. In Spider-Man 2, they let us play as both Miles and Peter, and at this point, both of them are pretty experienced. They come together as the ultimate tag team, and without really spoiling anything, the intro starts off very strong. Greater Together was the tagline they used for this game, and they make that crystal clear from the start. The direction they went with this story, it's very enjoyable. It has a lot of fan service and epic moments packed in just 20 hours of gameplay. Even when it comes down to the side missions, there's worthwhile content there. I personally even went for the platinum trophy, and it was just a really fun experience. The pacing does slow down a little bit after the intro, but when it picks back up, it does not stop. The boss fights are higher quality this time around. One of them I feel like kind of overstays its welcome, but nothing really too crazy. But overall for the story, I will say I was very satisfied. Now when it comes to the actual gameplay, I have to say that it's really, in my opinion, the best looking Spider-Man game that I've played. I was on performance mode the entire time and it still looked crazy. Now for the actual performance, there's a lot of glitches in this game. Most of the ones I encountered were visual and sound glitches. I had all type of pop-ins, enemies clipping through environments, my suit going crazy in a cutscene, but the worst of them all was the sound glitch. I had to soft reboot my game to get the sound back, and then I had another one where the sound was completely out of sync during a cutscene, and then last but not least, we have this.
Not that Craven cares.
Over the past few weeks, they've been patching the game, so it might be a little smoother now, but I just had to let that be known because things can get a little crazy, as you can see. The map, on the other hand, is almost double the size, with them adding Queens and Brooklyn to it. You can fast travel pretty much anywhere on the map once you unlock it, and it's just a super seamless feature. You might not even use it though because of how great the movement is now. Everything is way faster, especially once you get all the upgrades unlocked. On top of just the web swinging, you have the web wings now, so you can glide across the entire map, which has wind tunnels and all type of different boosts you can get to help you get around quicker. The only problem that I have with the map is that you can't change the time of day or the weather. It's really all dependent on what part of the story you're currently on, and you also can't replay missions after you beat them. So hopefully they'll add these features with New Game Plus, because right now, once you beat the game, there really isn't much to do. The most you can really do is do a second playthrough on ultimate difficulty, because you unlock that at the end of the game. But other than that, you have random crimes and challenges you can replay, I guess. And even the crimes are pretty repetitive this time around. You're either chasing down a car, fighting bad guys, or fighting bad guys and putting out a fire at the same time.
We should take this on the road sometime.
Sounds like a good excuse to finally build that Spider-Mobile.
The combat noticeably has more weight and impact to it, similar to like the Batman Arkham games. They even added a parry mechanic too, and it's really not the best. It gets the job done when you're in the boss fights, but for the most part, you don't really got to worry about it because of how strong your gadgets are in this game. You don't have to open a weapon wheel anymore to change gadgets. Everything is already selected, and with a click of a button, you can just send one out. Once the upgrades start coming in, it just becomes even easier. I played on spectacular difficulty and I died maybe like a handful of times. There was one section I did keep dying on, but I came to find out that wasn't even supposed to happen. In the patch notes, I randomly clicked on it one day and it says you weren't even supposed to get one-shotted on this specific part, so they fixed that. I guess it was another glitch that I ended up running into. But besides that, one of my favorite things in combat was the stealth. The webline ability they added lets you set up takedowns perfectly. No matter where the enemy's at in the room, you can create an opportunity to take them out. On top of that, you still got wall takedowns, vent, ceiling, web strike takedowns, regular takedowns. It's just so much opportunity when they let you play stealthy.
Reinforcements. Better play this quietly.
In this game, you have 3 skill trees, one for Peter, one for Miles, and then a shared one. The separate one kind of focuses on their special powers and abilities, and then the combined one focuses on movement and different combat moves. And of course, you get skill points every time you rank up. I think the max level is 60 if I'm not mistaken. And then you also get special tokens for doing the side content. Those tokens, they let you unlock the different suits, suit tech upgrades, which is like health damage, traversal. I think there's a stealth like sort of upgrade you can get. And of course you can get the gadget upgrades with the tokens. So it's pretty similar to the first 2 games if you played those. Speaking of the suits, there are a lot of them to choose from. Most of the suits you can even unlock suit styles for, which are 3 alternate colorways on top of the regular one. Me personally though, I feel like Miles has the better suits than Peter. I don't know, I feel like a lot of Peter's suits, they kind of like reused them from the first game and just, you know, put them in this one, so it's a lot of reoccurring ones. Regardless of that though, I was able to get some dope screenshots with the photo mode. The thumbnail for this video, the thumbnail for my platinum video, all was taken using the photo mode in this game. And on Twitter, I've been seeing a whole bunch of people recreating shots from the actual Spider-Man movies, which is fire. They just have a bunch of different settings you can mess around with, from filters, stickers if you care about that, lighting, which is really important, and a whole lot more. But the accessibility settings are also on point for the most part. Just like in any other Insomniac game, you have the option to skip puzzles, which I didn't even know. You can also make the quick time events auto-complete if you don't feel like doing those. So if you're having a hard time, you can mess around with those settings. For me though, I feel like the puzzles are pretty straightforward. They're definitely easier than the first game for me. The music that they play during these puzzles is fire, so I didn't really even mind it. The soundtrack as a whole though is pretty decent. I do feel like the OST from the previous 2 games, I enjoyed it a little bit more. Don't get me wrong, they got some bangers on this one, but just not as many like consistent ones as the other soundtracks. The voice acting is definitely my favorite thing in terms of audio though for this game. Venom and Kraven did a top tier job. I'm talking about, without a doubt, they had some fire quotables throughout this game. All in all though, I would say that this is my personal game of the year for 2023. It might be a little biased because I'm a Spider-Man fan, but it's honestly a great game. I wouldn't really mind if any other game won game of the year, because 2023 has been a crazy year. Baldur's Gate 3, Zelda, Mario, Alan Wake 2 I heard is really good. There's a whole lot of stuff, so whatever wins, I'll definitely be checking it out regardless if I haven't already. Despite the glitches though for this game and a few other things, this is really the best Spider-Man game that I've played. I definitely recommend it if you're looking for something to play. And for those that have played it, let me know in the comments what you guys think. But other than that, be on the lookout for some throwback Spider-Man videos. Tune into my other channel as well for some crazy platinum trophies that we're going to get to wrap up the year. And that's going to wrap it up for me. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.